Hello, hello, guys. Welcome back. This is Coach T, and you are on the series of What Am I Not Seeing? And we are moving into a space where we're literally starting to see the manifestation, the inner work, the things that we have been working so hard to get to. We are experiencing so much of that. So I am doing the reading out of Soul's Journey today. Soul's Journey. I hope you're enjoying your journey. And if you're not, what are you not seeing that will help you to fulfill that inner the personal what word am I looking for? Your personal satisfaction, your personal what you perceive to be successful. So I'm going to go right into this reading. Thank you and welcome, and always leave comments and how this series is helping you, what you've been experiencing. Coach T wants to hear from you. And if you're new to the channel, please check out all my other videos of the tools and techniques, and especially of my Reiki with the Twist, which is my own personal favorite that I have created. Woo! All right, we're going to leave that one out. So what is it that we are not seeing that we would love to get direction on? To get, okay. Whoa, guys, woo. We are expanding and growing quickly. All right. Nothing more from Source. All right. We are good. So here we go, guys. Here we go. And I'm also going to, in this reading, I am going to identify the colors that are coming up because I want people to get familiar with chakras and definitely using the Ho'oponopono technique that would definitely allow you to embrace and enhance your healing. So with that being said, let's dive right into this reading of what are we not seeing so that we can acknowledge and bring to the surface a new way of doing things. So the first thing, guys, what are we not seeing? Guilt. So many people are learning how to release any beliefs that are no longer assisting their soul journey. How many, just look at your own personal experience. How many of these limited beliefs have you released in just a few months yourself? And I want you to notice the orange, sacral. The sacral is that beautiful orange color. And you can wear orange, you can eat orange things, you can focus on orange. If you are on the, working on your sacral chakra, that is a very powerful channel of energy in our sacral. It should be shared with like-minded and like-hearted and vibrational beings equal to yours. For a healthy and thriving relationship. So we're going to go into guilt, and many of us are still not seeing that guilt is holding us back. We are holding on that. We are taking on things that is not ours. We feel guilty to be, happy. We are guilty of not being sick with people. We are guilty of having abundance in our life. Just know that nobody is excluded from creating their own abundance in their life. You can get sick with somebody or you can be broke with somebody, or you can beat the drum on all this negative stuff with other, but it's not going to make it better for you or for them. If anything, hold your vibration to the highest frequency you possibly can and allow people to come up to your vibration. Do not lower your vibration. It's not beneficial for anybody involved. So around guilt, like I said, it's the releasing of these beliefs that no longer assist us. They might have assisted us and benefited us, in the past, that has gotten us to where we are, but it's now time to let it go and allow other things to assist the soul's growth now. The energy of fear has many disguises to complicate your path to loving yourself. Guilt is the most devious because it is a wolf in sheep's clothing. It is a self-imposed emotion that pretends to be indestructible and enlightening. Let me say that one more time. It is a self-imposed emotion. Guilt is a self-imposed emotion that pretends to be instructive and enlightening. How many of you have been in that or are doing it right now? And you feel like if you take on the guilt or if you feel bad about something, that it's better than somebody else not experiencing it. Know that releasing this guilt can help us grow when we realize our actions have been hurtful to others and that we need to make amends. Forgiveness, guys. Forgive yourself, forgive others, let that shit go, because we want to feel and experience major shifting and healing at this point. We know we don't have to live in it no more. So it is time to learn from the behaviors and move on. Not to keep beating the drum, not to keep creating the same, feelings, the fear, the guilt, but to move on to something more beautiful. The problem arises when we hold on to guilt feeling that serves no purpose other than promoting self-destructiveness and low self-esteem. It serves no purpose. So you can grip on to guilt and fear and all those lower vibrations as a comfort or whatever you feel that it may be doing. But if you don't let it go, it promotes self-destructiveness and low self-esteem. And that's where we start projecting that kind of energy out into the world. And that kind of energy comes back in of, no one is perfect. Everyone makes mistakes. Guilt is not always rational, but if you examine it subjectively and act on it and release it, it becomes a temporary emotion. And something better is always on the other side, guys. Something better is always on the other side. So long-held guilt feelings are never good and will create a roadblock to self-love and happiness. And many of us on our journey, on our story, and our wisdom have done this, and we've overcome that by letting go of the fear and the guilt, these limited beliefs. You must continually scan your current emotion for any guilt feelings and bring them to the surface for analysis, not overthinking it, but just feeling and sensing what you're feeling. And healthy guilt is a warning that action should be taken. Irrational guilt needs to be released. So know that there is a difference, that we are designed, that healthy guilt is a warning that action needs to be taken to do something different. And irrational guilt needs to be let go. Nobody gains or grows from that. So the next thing that we are not seeing is the judgments. We are so programmed in our language and I've been very observant lately. I know many other people have too, about our language and about our words and about the way we've done things that was normal. And when you look at it, it was so far from our truth. So, judgment. I understand that others have their own unique paths and challenges. When we stop criticizing ourselves and judging ourselves, it opens this big door of compassion and understanding for other people, that they too are on their own journey and they have their own way of doing things. And we need to be good with that, with each other. We need to be good, in our own skin, and we need to do unto others that you want done to yourself, because when you do things to another person, guys, you are doing it to yourself. You're doing it to yourself. We are all connected. We are all one. So judgment, understanding that everyone is on their own unique path and challenges, and you stay away from being right and wrong. Give the gift of being right if you're going to do anything with it. So let's go into judgment. And this right here is a big release for many. We've been taught to judge and criticize, and this right here is what validates and defines who we are. We are all spirit, and that's why I give the affirmation, guys. We are one with source, and source is everything. Whether you put we are one with God and God is everything, or we are one with universe and universe is everything. Whatever that label is for you, you own it today. We are all spirit. We are all the same. It's only the roles we have chosen to play here on earth that makes us seem different. The biggest lesson you have chosen to learn is to love. We are all after the same thing, no matter where you're coming from, what you've decided to accomplish or fail at, or get through. We are all after unconditional love, the bliss, the joy, the well-being that does exist for every single one of us. There are so many situations in this physical dimension that it is possible to incarnate into, but the core lesson is to look past these illusions and see yourself in everyone. So if somebody is pissing you off, look at yourself in the mirror, because they are drumming up something within you, a part of you, for you to heal and move on from. They are indicators. Each soul has chosen its own struggles, and your task is not to judge how someone goes about overcoming these obstacles, but to assist that soul. Take the labels off each other and look at each other for who we truly are, and they are souls. Hold on one second, guys. Okay. So, if you could take the labels off that we've labeled everything in our 3D going into 5D dimension. If we can just let go of the labels and look at people for what we're actually, feeling and seeing of that person. Yes, that is the truth. Spirit has given you the tools of compassion and empathy to help each other see through the eyes of those who appear different. Your ego has taught you that making other people feel insignificant or inferior will allow you to feel better about yourself. Guys, when that ego starts kicking in and you've got to put people down or bully or judge or criticize another to raise you up and feel better, take that ego and kick it to the curb and allow your soul to do the walking. So, hey, how are you? I'm doing very good. Thank you. Thank you for being here. So, with that being said, take the ego, kick it to the curb. That is an illusion. By diminishing others, you diminish yourself. So whatever you're sending out, you're getting back 10 times full. And it doesn't matter if you perceive it to be bad or good. However you're treating another is how you personally are treating from the inside out to yourself. That's what you feel about the things going on. Always learn to follow the golden rule. I will treat others as I would like to be treated myself. If you can remember that golden rule, what you send out is what you get back. How I treat another is how I'm doing it to myself. If you can remember that golden rule and live by that, you will hiccup and interrupt patterns that you may not have seen you doing right along. Acknowledge it and then do something different with it. Everyone in your life is here to teach you something about yourself. We are here to help each other and to learn from each other and to grow from each other. That is it. Not to push, and knock down each other or hurt each other. No. And if you can remember, as you're looking at everything in your experience, because everything is energy, guys, nothing is off limits here. Everything. If you can look at another human being or another soul around you and not judge them and criticize them as if you're looking yourself in the mirror, because you are, you will stay on track of your true path and journey, your wisdom, your story. And if you do it, then hiccup it, pivot it, and say, I'm sorry. I forgive myself. And do something different. Always keep that in mind, man. Rethink the energy if you are doing something that you would not welcome back into your home. And when I say home, I mean into your space. So stay true to yourself and you'll stay true to others because we are all connected. We are all one. So moving on, what else are we not seeing? And the next thing we got is, let me back up 1 second before I go on to the next one. Do you see the indigo color? And that is our connection. Our connection. When we're judging and judging ourselves, we are judging this beautiful energy that has always got our back and is always taking care of us. They are not up there judging us. So why are we down here judging, And I shouldn't even say up there and down here because we are all in it. So there's not no out there in here. It's all happening simultaneously at the same time. So indigo connection. Have the intimate conversations, guys. Get into alignment. Enjoy life the way you were meant to. So have that, do a meditation to open up the headspace to be more open. And with that, there will be a connection, a harmonizing of the brain and the heart. And when they work together and not against each other, amazing and beautiful things are accomplished. So with that being said, now let's move on to what we are not seeing, and that is success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. Now, many of us know this deep down, but we're getting better at being examples instead of opinions. So what is your success? What do you define success? Is it, is it becoming your own boss? Or is it just to maintain your well-being and in your own abundance in your world? Is it to be an energy healer like Coach T, like me, and you want to help as many people as possible to grow and expand and make your world better. Maybe it's just to create a dependable car to go to a career or a job that you love. You know, yes. So knowing that our number one vision, no matter what all the details and the components are, we are all after unconditional love. Whatever makes us feel the best we can feel in every moment. In every moment. So let's go into success, because this is a big one. I teach self-confidence formula out of the Think and Grow Rich, and everybody needs to get all that garbage, the limited beliefs and the things around success out of there, because somebody else's success doesn't equal your success. You have got to be clear, crystal clear about what it is that success means for you, not somebody else. This is why many feel like they failed. They're just lessons. I don't feel like we fail at anything. I think it's an ongoing work in progress. So it's always a lesson or a blessing. So success can mean many things to the ego self, but the soul only knows one triumph, and that is love. So like they have done many experiments and many proven experiments that your brain can only be in one place at one time. So if you're over here beating on fear and failure and lack and or lack of something, or not lovable, or you can't love, then you can't be over here beating on unconditional love with no conditions. So it's about hiccuping and pivoting and changing the thought patterns to align with your true self, which is unconditional love. Unconditional love. The soul only has that one triumph. That's what we're all after, no matter where you're coming from. You're after the emotion, that the feeling of love unconditionally. When your soul is no longer manifested in the physical dimension, it is a time of reflection in how successful it was with the endeavor. The soul doesn't care how big your house was, or how nice your car was, or how many bank accounts you had. The soul only cares about how you expressed love and compassion. In the infinite wisdom of the universe, God, guides and angels, I call it the advocates of life. The more love you demonstrate, the more you will receive. And even your ego's definition of success is altered. Your notion on how you would be perceived as successful will change. Love change, guys. Love change. It was meant to have cycles and many things, and everything was meant to shift, to continue growing. The material things that you thought would make you happy will not have the same appeal. How many times have you created things? I know this has happened to me. How many times you created things, and you get to that and you're like, this is it? You might have self-gratification for, maybe that day or even a couple hours. And you're like, this is it? This is what I was after? Because outer things can never fill the soul. This is where addictions come from. If people would just go within and get real about how they're feeling and why they're feeling, and then do something different in their story, the addictions would fall to the side. They would fall away. So with that being said, just realize that the ego's definition will always alter. And it was meant to. It wasn't meant to stay put. So with that being said, just know that the greatest vision, the greatest goal on anybody is they're after that emotion, that essence of unconditional love. And that's why they want things whether they're the tangible physical things, or they want a certain person in their life, or they want children, or certain soul families. It's because of the connection, the emotion, the essence that they are after. It's not actually that person. It's what we perceive that we will get from them. And then when they leave, that's why we fall apart, because we have handed our power over of our happiness and our inner peace and love to another person. Yeah. Love yourself first and foremost, man. So the next, and notice it's yellow. And this is our personal empowerment. This is the solar plex, guys. You can, if you're working on your personal power, confidence, self-esteem, many of us are, because we're remembering who we are. Wear yellow. Eat yellow things. Focus on yellow. Focus on the solar plex opening up this beautiful sunshine that you are. So I'm going to go on. The next thing that we are not seeing, but we are starting to see more and more of, which I am so grateful for, it's surrender. Many of us thought we've had to hold on to these family vows, these limited beliefs, these things that we were taught, and we think it was for our highest good. And what we found is I can release my need to control. We feel like we need to control everything in order to be happy. And what we know and what we found out that we can't control anything out here, but we can maintain ourselves. That is priority. And once you stop trying to control things out and around you, guess what? You don't feel out of control anymore. That's why you feel out of control, because you've got no business worrying about how somebody else is acting or feeling. If you want to share the most loving energy, then put the focus on yourself and make sure that you are good in your skin, and then radiate that out. Be the example, not opinion. Don't tell people how to do things. Just do it yourself. They'll pay attention. They'll pay attention, man. And then one or two things always happens. Either one, they drop out of your experience like flies, or two, they're the very person that starts asking you, what are you doing? Because they're seeing you walk the talk and teach by example. They want in on it now. You're not pushing against it. You're just being you. The best damn version of yourself will always teach others the most efficient way, by being an example. So let's go into surrender. And this right here has been a big one for 2020. Getting rid of the old and making room for the new, man. Absolutely. Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome, honey. So surrender. You need to understand the distinction between power and control. You have the power of internal controls, but very little external control over people or situations. The majority of your external controls is through the power of influence. You can lead by example. This is perfect. This is absolutely freaking perfect. So what we are not seeing is many people perceive that surrendering means that they're giving up their say in how they want things to run. And that's not true. Many people don't want to be vulnerable because they think it's a weakness. Your power lies within you of being true, and letting go of things that you do not have to hold on to. The things that we've been taught, we can let it all go, and we can look forward to a brighter future. To, things that used to be normal, they weren't working anyway. Most of us were miserable. So why not open the doors for something new that works? Every soul has its own unique path, and we've got to keep our own noses on our faces, guys, and get where we don't belong, and that is interfering. Even if we are a parent or a child, we need to stop interfering with the higher divinity guidance. Keep your nose on your own face and do what you need to do for you, and stop telling other people how to do it. It is so easy for us to stand outside of ourselves and start pointing the finger and doing the blame game and playing victimhood, but it gets you nowhere. It gets you more of it, because law of attraction, these universal laws, guys, they've always existed. Even if we didn't know about it, we hadn't been working with it, they are existing, and they're forever on play. And what like attracts like. So if you want that loving, caring person and respectful and, that kind of energy in another person, then you best damn be that person. If you want the manifestation to show up, no, it's got to be in alignment. So be that person. Make room for that person that you're looking for by getting rid of the junk in the trunk and becoming what you are looking for. It will mirror you so much quicker. Giving advice or direction in a compassionate manner is the way to go. That's why I always say, speak your truth from a loving place, guys. Don't be, pessimism or any of the lower vibrations of, in anger or worry or doubt or jealousy, especially. All those lower vibrations does not show your true soul. It's a disguise. Okay, so your soul too has a path, and you possess the power to control it. I don't care for the word controlling. It doesn't make me feel well. But I also went through domestic violence in my time, space, and reality here on Earth. So I like the word maintain. It feels really good to me. It gets me motivated, and it self-motivates. I get to maintain, and it is such a great feeling to know that I get to call the shots for me. I get to maintain that power that is mine. But you must surrender the illusion that you have control over another person. If somebody is in your experience right now telling you what to do or how to do things, then look at yourself in the mirror and say, how am I, attracting this kind of behavior in my experience? And even if you don't see it at the conscious level, know in the subconscious, this is a part of you. This is a part of your aspect that's being brought to your attention to get rid of. So with that being said, universe space is which to materialize what is needed for your highest soul growth always. Alignment, guys. You'll be surprised to find that when you release the energy of control and accept the energy of surrender, doors will fly open. I kid you not, guys, that might have seemed locked for good, that there was no opportunities in that area. And maybe you didn't even see that opportunity or possibility ever. You didn't think it exists for you. They will fly open that you never expected, because you have now given the universe that space to materialize, to align with the same vibration that is needed for the highest soul growth, the highest good for all, a win-win situation. So when you surrender and stay out of your way, that's when the things really start to ripple and attract in the way that it was designed. So let's go on. And if you notice, this is purple. Purple. So you can wear, lavender, calming, just eat purple fruits and vegetables. All right, so let's go on, because the last one that we're not seeing, but we are really moving into that 5D, guys. Many of us are really, and I will do a video on the aspects and the behaviors on 3D to 5D, so I can make it a little bit more clear for the people that may not understand what I'm saying when I'm talking about the 3D and the 5D. So anyways, where we are headed is we are not quite seeing specifics of this, but we're catching a hold of this. It's actually becoming more easier to do this, and it's discipline, guys. We know how to discipline others around us, but what about the discipline that needs to take place to maintain our well-being, our well-being and our abundance and the things that we want in our experience? I can accomplish what I set my mind to. And this is what we're definitely remembering, that no matter what, you are the one that puts the blocks and the obstacles in the way. If you want to become a Reiki practitioner, or if you want to, experience flying, that was a big one for me this year on my bucket list. When you set your mind to it, and it's exactly what your soul is calling for, that you want to experience, you will accomplish it. When you make it a must, like Tony Robbins calls it, it does happen. But you got to make things a must. You can't just like do it, and you got to set out to make it a must and go through the motions and the journey and the juicy stuff to get from point A to point B, so that you enjoy the whole aspect of why you wanted to do it anyway. So discipline. Let's go into discipline. And many of us have been taught different perceptions around discipline. Like it was always for somebody else. And no. The most important discipline is what we, that self-love and self-care, and make it must for us. Your soul has a goal, but it has also chosen to incarnate into the world of distractions. Earth is a dimension of obstacles and challenges, but you have been given discipline as your birthright. It is time to remind yourself what your soul has come back to this planet to learn. This is a great opportunity to reevaluate your priorities and go about your daily tasks with a new system. A new system, guys, not the old ones that we know. We are letting those go, but new systems of managing your life. So these tools, these techniques, breathing, grounding, muscle testing, these things that we've always had within us and at our fingertips. We are remembering these new systems. And instead of being the passive recipient of whatever comes your way, man, you don't have to take what's handed to you, guys. This is like the most exciting time to be alive. I get so damn excited about it, and I hope you're getting excited about this. Learn that these new ways of living, these changes, get in alignment and have a conversation with your higher self, whether it's God, universe, guides, and angel, and just keep asking for direction for the highest good of all, and they will prevail, because love always wins. And that's what they are all about. That's what you're all about. And we're remembering that, but we came forth knowing that we were going to go through the discernment for this expansion of a better way of living. And without the experiences Perfect example. Cold doesn't exist without hot. How can you know that something is hot if you've never experienced anything cold? How do you know that that is up and that is down if you don't have down to compare up with? And same with, I got blonde hair. Somebody else might have, black hair. How do you know that I'm blonde if you've never experienced somebody with black hair? These are discernments. It's the law of discernment right along with all, it's a universal law. So if you want more information about the 7 universal laws, guys, just look me up on Acknowledge Your Energy Now or Acknowledge Your Energy 101. The Ascension team on Facebook. You can find me on my page right here. I do go through and do videos to explain universal laws too. And you can also catch me on Patreon. So where there's a will, there's a way, guys. So discipline. Let's finish this up. Distractions can easily get us off the work of our soul. And if you give into this apathic impulse, we can miss many well-placed and pre-planned teachings needed for our inherent growth. But don't worry about it. Learn that the satisfaction of a task completed is more emotionally rewarding than a task delay. So just know that even if, you didn't get the lesson the first time and you went through it, it's because it's allowed you to even expand and grow more. You've taken that pain and you have really made it your power. Nobody ever does or takes the wrong road. It may end up that it may not have been the best path, but it was at the moment. And now you know better so that you can pick better paths to get to your love, to your joy, to your bliss. Follow your bliss. If you're butted up on questions with like employment or careers and stuff, what I always tell people is do what you love and love what you do. And if you're doing anything less than that, then rethink it. Rethink it. Because you're doing it out of I should or I, have to. And they are not very good vibrations to be idling on. Acknowledge it and say, you know what? I'm going to make it a must that I'm going to start following my passions, the things I love. I'm going to start enjoying life a little bit more. The heck with this. I'm going to have fun. Life was meant to be enjoyable, guys. Yes, we're going to go through, shitstorms and hurdles and obstacles. It was all a part of the plan. But how you react, and try not to react to things as much. I want you to learn how to respond to things. Like Mel Robbins, she teaches the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method, and then breathe before you respond. And it will keep you out of regret. And why did I do that? Or why did I say that? So that you can be a better person in the moment. And I also have some intuitive resets right here on this channel that you can check out, and getting out of your mind and into your heart, where I truly believe that all of our answers are. Why we don't have a paper instruction, because we need to determine what it is that instructs us. We got to call the shots. Nobody can do it for us. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was really, really a very powerful reading. So guilt, let it go. This is what you're not seeing. There, you can, as much as you think you need to hold on to it to protect somebody or love somebody more, let it go if you want to help. Let it go. 2, stop criticizing and judging each other. Know that everybody is on a journey and they have a path and they have decisions to make just like you. Don't push against people. Be an example. Be an example. Success, same thing, man. What are you not seeing that is your success? Stop looking at somebody else's blueprint and start making your own. Enjoy creating you. To surrender any shit that doesn't serve you anymore. There is no reason why anyone needs to hold on to anything that doesn't feel good. No more suffering, no more. And if you're suffering, hiccup and pivot that and say, you know what? There may be pain today, but make it your power. Teach others how to manage and get out of it. Don't live in it no more. Surrender whatever, if you have doubt, if you are, confused or anything, surrender it to your higher self, whether it's universe, God, guides and angels. I call it the advocates of life because they are my direction. They never steer me wrong. Surrender it and let them manifest it the way it needs to, because they will always have a win-win situation for everybody involved. It will always be for your highest good. And then number 5, actually. Discipline. Go to that mirror today and say, what can I do about my situation? Because if you want change, that's where it needs to come from. The only way out of anything I know, and the way is to go within. If you want any way out of anything, go within, and that will lead you the way. No matter what it is, no matter how bad or good it is, if you want a solution, or you want to be able to see the solution and the answer, go within, because that's where it's sitting and waiting for you to acknowledge it. So until tomorrow, guys, what are we not seeing? But we're getting so good at this, guys. We are getting so good at this. Pat yourself on the back. Be kind to you. Self-love, self-care. And if you need any more information about the chakras or the 7 universal laws, please look me up on Acknowledge Your Energy 101 or Acknowledge Your Energy Now, and in the Ascension team. I have a beautiful soul family on the Ascension team, and I will see you guys tomorrow. And what are we not seeing? Because we are getting crystal clear. And I hope you continue to watch. Bye.